The trail used by so many illegal immigrants. It starts in the valley. It's a straight shot to destinations like Houston and Dallas. And they're first stashed in homes in our neighborhoods. They're driven north and dumped just south of a checkpoint. They're forced to walk through the brush.
This is not a dream. This is not how it should end.
It ends in Brooks County for many illegal immigrants. Deputies try to keep track. The record-setting body count is kept in binders. Our Melissa Correa opens the binders in our special report.
These are the binders of bodies, 3 of them for last year alone. The remains of 129 people, most of them found in the brush. These binders are heavy. They weigh more than 20 pounds. And tonight, they're becoming a heavier burden for deputies here in Brooks County. Their final moment, their last step, last breath.
The last thing that you're ever going to see is a mesquite tree in the middle of nowhere.
For a future worth a life or death risk.
You know, I just think of how bad is it in Mexico or Guatemala or El Salvador to where they're going to risk it.
Pages of uncompleted cross-country journeys.
These are the bodies that were located within Brooks County.
Tucked within a trio of 3 ring binders.
I would have never imagined 129 bodies for 2012.
Is this the highest it's ever been?
This is the highest it's ever been.
Limited details of the deceased who dared to dream.
This is an everyday life.
Life is difficult for deputies like Danny Davila.
I've been working with the department since 1994. We have never had a body count this high that I can remember.
Dispatcher Larry Silvas takes the calls for help.
He kept telling me in Spanish, you know, please tell my family that I love them. I know, that's nuts.
If you could just shake them and say one thing, make one point to these people to just have them reconsider the strategy, you would say what?
The smugglers don't care for you. They care for the green that you have in your pocket, and that is it.
It was on its way down during our last interview in 2011. But resources like these brush patrols disappeared. Deputies lost funding. Search and rescue shifted to discovery and recovery.
It's like finding a needle in a haystack.
The haystack is spread across 950 square miles. Brooks is smaller than these 3 valley counties. Resources here are limited. 1 or 2 deputies patrol any given shift. The sandy ranch land is relentless. The sand pulls you down. It won't let go. Most illegal immigrants pay guides to get them to the other side.
They have to go to these coyotes. They have to pay them their life savings to die.
Bodies are discovered in the brush. People who became stragglers, the left behinds.
Wildlife will get to the bodies, and they will, they'll destroy the body.
Pages of people with skin so scorched by the sun, their skin is the color of coal. Men and women who, in a final act of desperation, pulled off their clothing to cool off their bodies. Bones, skulls, spinal cords, hands and feet. Pieces of ivory too difficult to identify. Stuff left behind.
If something happens, that's going to be on you forever.
What stays with Davila are the lies told by smugglers.
Do you think they have any idea just how deadly the journey is?
They have no idea. A lot of them were told that it'll be a 2-3 hour walk at the most. And, a gallon of water will be fine, whatever food you can bring.
The reason for the booming body count in Brooks is a mystery. Channel 5 News investigated. We called every single South Texas county from east to west. We asked deputies for the number of bodies discovered last year. Take a look. They're nowhere near the body count in Brooks. The site of another valley checkpoint, Kennedy County, stands in stark contrast.
To die alone in the middle of nowhere, maybe thinking someone's going to come back and help you. That's an ugly thought.
Dioneso Guzman Gonzalez was close to becoming a body in the binders.
No, pues sí decidí venir aquí arriba al norte a ver si... Pero bueno, veníamos solo los 3 y Ya teníamos en ese inventado desierto 4 días sin comer y sin ver agua. Intentamos con mis amigos pues entregarlos a migración.
The 26-year-old says he crossed through Cameron County. The Honduran father thought he could make it. Tired, hungry, and coated in dirt, he gave up.
¿Y ya lloraste?
Vea que no. En ese camino, el más hombre llora.
Men cry.
These are literally...
Families
I haven't looked at this
search.
yet. These are literally phone messages.
Yes. These are numbers.
While you were away.
You know, we've had people come from New York looking for their loved ones.
Women worry. Deputy Davila recalls a mother from Dallas who came with her 3 girls. Her husband, who was smuggled into the U.S., was lost in Brooks County.
So she gives me his name, and we're talking, and I just said, you know, I have someone picking up right now. Let me see. So I happened to call him, and I said, hey, do you know the name? And he starts throwing out the name, and I finished it for him. He goes, how did you know? I said, his wife's here. She's reporting him missing as well. I asked her if she knows what kind of jewelry he had. She identified the watch and what he had, and it was him. So I had to give a death notification right there with her 3 children and herself.
Reality like that remains.
You offer up a little prayer, have a little moment of silence, find some peace?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
What do you say?
I just say that whatever this person was in life, wherever they were, good or bad, that it is sad that they died this way, and that the Lord take them to his arms.
His prayers continue. This year's body count is at 19 so far, more than double what it was this time last year.
It does become very frustrating when you know people are dying in your county, and it's just, there's nothing you can do about it.
Dioneso Guzman says he'll warn others.
Yo he sufrido y no quiero que a otras personas que tal vez digan, no, hombre, ese viaje es bueno, yo me voy. No quiero que pasen eso ellos. Yo sé lo que he sufrido, lo que no sufran.
Suffer through the journey, fall behind in the brush.
This is not a dream. This is not how it should end.
The last moment under a mesquite tree.
And I can only imagine the bodies yet to be discovered.
The details documented. A simple petition said,
I acknowledge that you were here, and may you rest in peace.
By deputies who place another page in their binder of bodies.